Awesome. So before we get started, I would just like to kindly remind any friends or family that we have here visiting that there will be no pictures or videos taken of any of the clients, and that's just to protect the client's confidentiality. With that being said, welcome to graduation. Each and every week we gather together and celebrate the completion of each phase of the Elevate program, and in some cases the Elevate program as a whole. Let's give it up for Sam, our graduate tonight. Now, as we all know, a lot of time, effort, and energy goes into completing even one phase, so I'd like a huge round of applause for everyone that gets up here tonight. Can we do that? Yeah! Awesome. The first phase completion we have for this evening is for phase 3. During phase 3, the client learns better decision-making skills through the use of pros and cons. They also begin to identify and work through their real-life problems with the help of the 9-step problem-solving method. Ultimately, though, phase 3 is all about responsibility and the responsibility step. The client is asked to go back into their past and write up any and all transgressions without minimizing, placing blame, nothing but 100% responsibility. Upon completing the responsibility step, the client does an amends process to amend the once harmed areas and relationships within their life. The one and only graduate for phase 3 is Alex M.
I'm a little out of breath still. We just had a cross competition. Nolan and Tucker ended up beating us. I'm a little bit winded. Dallas killed me in there. I'd like to give a shout out to all the staff, Jen, Michael, Miles, Dallas, Tommy, other people that's helped me around here on the center in general. Phase 3 taught me quite a bit about my life, and mainly stuff to do with my upbringing and the morals and values that I ended up betraying later on in my addiction. I found I had a lot of resentment in my life. And I identified that most of resentment is just anger, looking for payback for something that was done to you or you think was done to you growing up, actions that have been transgressed against you. And I was angry a lot once I got towards the end of phase 3 about my past, because I watched a lot of other people finish their RSs and have this like wave of joy and emotion that they got rid of all this stuff. When I did mine, I just felt dirty. Like everything that I had done in life was just a bunch of shit, I guess, against other people that loved me and cared about me, and I betrayed a lot of them. And I got to amends, and I saw that that's like the moment, and that's what I was looking for, was that huge sigh of relief of when I get to call these people and make amends to them in some way, apologize for things I've done. And it was interesting because a lot of my life, I've said sorry thousands of times to people and never really meant anything about it. And this is the first time where I think I've actually gotten to apologize and have real weight behind it, because apologies are like really cool when you do them. But if you don't have the action behind the apology afterwards, it doesn't really matter. It's just another shallow apology that we make throughout our life. And I started to look back at all the things I'd done after that point. Even after finishing amends, I realized I had a lot of regret. And I changed the way I viewed it, and it helped me quite a bit, was turning that regret that I had from my life and the transgressions that I had into something positive and using it as fuel to better my future, to come back from all those things that I had done and push forward in a new way. And kind of think about it in a way of like, if I hadn't done all that stuff, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have the relationships I have with all these people in this room. I wouldn't have learned from everybody here. So whatever it be, like destiny or chance that brought me to this place through those actions, I have to be grateful for it regardless of what happened. And it brought me out to looking a lot at my past, even after that point. And the big thing was still looking back at those transgressions and lingering on them even after I'd finished the amends, because I thought even after that I would be like done and free of all these things that I'd done, and I'd move past it completely. And I realized the only way I could move on past that was by letting it go, because you're only a prisoner to your past if you let it live inside your mind. And realizing that kind of set me free from all these transgressions and all this negative things I had done. And now I just finished phase 3. I'm starting in phase 4. Working on my exit strategy, and I feel like I'm ready to get out there and actually give this a solid attempt. It's a little bit nerve-wracking because I realize this, regardless of how hard it's been, is the easy part as far as recovery goes. It really counts when we get out of here and we have to put all the tools that we've learned into use. Because having a routine, having people hold you accountable, give you CVs, throw you a rake if you keep messing up is kind of a good thing if you look at it the right way, because those are just people trying to keep you accountable. So it's going to be a hard thing to fix yourself, and I know that looking forward, but it's much harder to be employed by addiction. and live your life through that. So it's something that we can all do, and I look forward to watching other people graduate and stand up here later on in this program. So here's to staying clean and living the dream.